Hi, welcome back to Airsoft Anonymous. Today we're doing Airsoft interviews. Now, throughout the start of this channel, usually you'd see me doing tech videos or maybe doing reviews. At some point we'll do a review video, you'll see me. Other than that, you haven't really seen anyone else on this channel. Now, introducing to you is my dear friend, Nathaniel. His call sign is Famine. Welcome, Nathaniel.
Welcome. Thanks for having me on, Dream.
Thanks for coming.
It's been awesome to see the channel grow, and we're all trying to help out. And I'm not much of a big help, but we all throw ideas at each other, and we happen to have a good time along the way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, what you've done is take videos. I mean, like today, for example, you've taken videos. People liked it, as far as I know. So yeah, for me, it's a big help if you take videos or not. If you even are at the field, it's a great help for me.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So now, again, today is an interview, so I'm asking you a bunch of questions and for you to answer them. How does that sound?
Yeah, that works.
Perfect. So my first question is, what got you into Airsoft?
So what mainly got me into Airsoft was playing with the neighbors. We would go over, they were just up the road from us. We would always go hang out at their place, and you know, the older brothers had their clear plastic spring pistols, and the one guy I remember had a clear plastic FAMAS. So we'd always piss around in the yard, and then as more people got guns, you know, and then we'd play in the woods or whatever. And then we kind of quit doing that. So us kids, there's 4 of us, younger kids in my family, we all, you know, pressured Dad into buying us the clear plastic ones off online, some clear plastic FAMAS rifles. So we just played around in the barnyard, and Fergus, our other horseman, he was obviously in on that too. We kind of became friends through those neighbors as well, and played together lots. So, and then we eventually, you know, got Canadian Tire's clear plastic spring guns and played and just kind of had a little group going for a long time. So that's kind of how I got into it, and just progressed from there and progressively got more complicated guns as I made actual money of my own and got more expensive guns, and it's just taken off.
Wow, that's so clear guns. So do you remember your first clear gun?
Yeah, probably a FAMAS. Like my first own real clear plastic one was one of those clear plastic FAMAS rifles.
Oh yeah,
Just
okay.
the spring, you pull the charging handle on the top every time, shoot. You just would buy the 5,000 2.2 gram BBs from Canadian Tire. And then we'd start going into Canadian Tire, looking in their little case there, and then they had the clear plastic scars. So, and those were actually really good for clear plastic rifles.
So you got the full Canadian Tire experience then.
Oh yeah, the full Canadian Tire special loadout was going. Yeah, had
Nice.
Had lots of us out at some points. We had like 10, 12 people out. You know, as kids, we're just all a bunch of 15, 16-year-olds playing Airsoft in the woods.
Nice. Now, explain to me, what's your current kit?
My current kit, the one I really love running right now, is this. This is my G&G SG550. I'm just running high caps in it right now because I don't have reliable mid caps. This is my first decent rifle I bought, the second AEG I bought. And I ran it for 2-3 years, and then the gearbox kind of got fiddly on it, and I had a hard time fixing it. So at that point, it sat for a couple of years, just dead. And then I switched it to HPA. I put a Polish Dark Aethera in it.
Wow.
Just 2.5 weeks ago. And this is my second week out playing with it.
Nice.
Full time. Before that, for most of the year, I had an ENC M4 that I was using, also with a Polish Dark Aethera in it. And I brought that to the Milsim as well and ran that. It's been super reliable, super accurate, really nice shooting rifle. And this one, it just has a much longer barrel, and it just that much more power and accuracy. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous rifle. I have magazines coming for it too that are mid caps, so
oh nice,
more realism there.
Cool. So now with those magazines, I see that you can put them together side by side, right?
Yes, yeah. This is the Swiss Army Special. They are like G3 magazines. It's the biggest comparison. They just clip together, and they got a special pins and notches where they just clip together, and you can get 3, 4. The main reason I love this rifle so much is because, and this kit specifically, you know, the Swiss hat, Swiss camo, Swiss rifle. My dad is from Switzerland. He immigrated here in 1994. So a big inspiration for me, and I really love the Swiss kit and the sense of Swiss nationalism. I was born and raised Canadian, but I still feel a great sense of pride for the home country, I guess. So, and it's awesome being a part, or being, having family there. I still have an aunt who lives there, things like that. So it's still a big part of my life.
Nice.
Is that culture. So, and
Well,
the
that
gun
must be
culture
nice.
along with it.
Yeah, I don't doubt. Yeah, it must be really nice, like having the role of Swiss and then being Swiss as well. Just in a way, I guess, would feel complete circle in some cases in this
it's
sort
really
of sport.
nice. Yeah.
Really nice. I was actually about to ask about what type of camo you're wearing, but as you said, it's Swiss. So
Yeah, this is the Swiss. The American word for it is Alpenflage, like alpine camo, and it's the 1950s to 1960s ish army issue, or even 1970s army issue. Comes with a beautiful little backpack system that clips right onto the coat. It's really nice. Holds my air tank for running my HPAs really nicely. It's just super comfortable. It's pretty warm, especially in this heat. Yeah, you get pretty sweaty in it, but I don't mind. It's just super comfortable, like I used to. My previous kit, like what I wore at the Milsim, was a plate carrier and backpack. So the problem was the plate carrier was on my shoulders, right? It was really comfy, but then once I threw the backpack on, the plate carrier would push the backpack away. So it really pulled on my shoulders, and I would just get sore shoulders after a day of playing. It would just hurt a lot. So this is like super comfortable. It's all like heavy duty cotton and polyester
nice.
mix. Really, really heavy duty snap buttons. They're just really nice. And I got it from Americana Pipe Dream.
Nice. Shout out to Americana Pipe Dream. Great place. You sell a lot of good surplus.
Lots of good surplus there, yeah.
Nice.
And they're Zoomers like us. Like the guy, the founder of the company graduated a year after I did.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he's a 2020 graduate.
Nice. So then I can't but help but notice, but your hat, you say it's also Swiss, right?
Yes.
But it looks very familiar. Could you maybe say where that's from, or where we've probably seen something similar to it?
Something like the officers' hats in Star Wars.
Okay.
Were you thinking?
That's what I was thinking, was exactly in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they used lots of German uniforms and inspiration from that for the Imperial side, because it was essentially like George Lucas's vision, I think, was World War II in space. I don't know if it's copyright infringement to be talking about Star Wars, but whatever.
I don't think so. It's Star Wars. It should be fine.
Yeah.
Disney, we're not monetized, so don't be mad. So before we continue, I'd like to thank our sponsor for today.
Where'd my boyfriend go?
I don't know. Oh, hey, look, a free ghillie suit.
Don't do it, my son. You can use a discount code at ghilliedUp.com for discounts on all products, materials, and ghillie suits.
Oh, wow, what's the code?
Horsemen.
Anyway, let's continue. So, could you tell me what your goal is, or your future goal is for Airsoft?
The main goal for me for playing Airsoft is just to have fun. You know, I love the guns and the kit and all that good stuff and building it out and getting technical. But at the end of the day, all I'm here for, just running in the background,
There's a guy over there with the bagpipes.
just booking it.
He's gonna fucking play him.
Anyway, what I'm here for is the fun. It's to hang out with my buddies, have a good time, just, you know, I heard it said really well one time in a YouTube video, a guy talking about Airsoft, he said, if you're coming out here to get all the kills and win all the time, you're going to have a shit time. If you're coming out here to get shot with your buddies, you're going to have a great time if that's your objective, because that's what's going to happen, right? And so hanging out with our buddies and having our friends from Terrace pissing around behind us.
That's a grenade.
Anyway,
It's a dud!
It's a dud.
With bagpipes in
With
the
the
background.
bagpipes in the background.
Hey, this is mic'd, so if you want to come closer for it, you can totally come do it.
It's the IRA.
for our musical intermission.
HEF, open up. Sorry to interrupt, eh?
Thanks, Nick.
I would like to thank our second sponsor, the Irish. Or Scottish, sorry.
Right over there.
Yeah, it's a dud. It's just like right over there.
Careful when you pick it up.
Yeah.
It might go off. That's for interrupting, bud.
After our
You'll have your chance.
continuing from our musical intermission.
Didn't know we were in High School Musical. Anyway, what were we saying? Oh yes, your inspiration, or not inspiration, but your
my
goal.
objective.
Yes,
come
is
out.
to have fun.
Have fun.
Okay.
The biggest part of it is just hanging out with my friends on the weekends and having a blast in the woods, shooting each other. So
And that's the kind of thing that happens at our field.
That's-
we get people doing that.
exactly it. We get just random shit going on. Like this morning, it'll probably be in a video. I had to chase the cows off the field just so we could play.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun.
Look forward to that. Another question that I have is, what recommendations for starter airsofters? What type of gear, equipment, weapons do you think should be good for a first starter airsofter?
Yeah, for good weapons for beginners is obviously G&G. They make solid quality guns, and thing about them is you can stick with the same brand and get a $200 to $20 starter gun and an $800 performance gun. For them, the same company, all parts compatible. They have so many upgrade parts. I'd say for that, your best option is G&G for those kind of beginner guns. And you know, we've had guys who've had guns, G&G, just combat machines that have lasted for 14 years, right? And they still run. And like this gun I got from G&G, just perfect gun, exquisite, just finishes beautiful. It's durable. The parts are all nicely done. It's very little rattly, wobbly parts, right? Just the folding stock. It's got, yeah, just a beautifully built rifle, and they're really reliable.
Would you say it's a chef's kiss to?
It's as if Rolex made an AK, is what the SIG is.
All right, so we got the Rolex of
AKs.
AKs. How about, in your opinion, what do you think people's attitudes or beginner attitudes should be at an airsoft field?
At an airsoft field, as a beginner, especially out here, it's lots of getting shot out of nowhere. You don't know where you got shot from. There's lots of more experienced players out. I would say take it with a grain of salt and try and learn from the more experienced guys. Like if you have an experienced guy on your team, try and tag along, learn from him. You know, what I try to do as a player, as an experienced player, is try and help new players out, like it's even enemy players. I just give them tips and tricks as they're shooting at me, kind of deal. I really like that aspect of just helping people out, really helping new players and beginner players to become way better at the sport, and learn the easy way rather than the hard way.
So
And just the more you play, the better you get. That's all I can say.
awesome. So like, as example, if they're shooting too low, then you'd be like, hey, aim a little higher.
Yeah.
You're just a little bit too low, and just to get them started and going.
Yeah, for example, you know, I've one friend come out, he's played a little bit before, but not in this heavy brush. So I was, you know, we were opposite sides of a few trees, right? And so I was just telling him, hey, just keep shooting, because he was, you know, hunkered down, not shooting. Tell him, just keep shooting through the brush until you hit something. You're not going to hit anything by hunkering down, right? I mean, he's shooting at me, right? It was a lot of fun to just tell him, and then I did shoot him.
Nice. So earlier you mentioned you went to a milsim. How
Yes.
many milsims have you gone to?
2 now. They're
Okay.
the same event or the same spot.
Okay.
Different organizer each time, but essentially the same event. And it was a blast. It was awesome. It was down in 100 Mile House.
Oh yeah.
We went down with 7 guys. Nick with the bagpipes came along. He was the best morale boost ever. we just had an absolute blast. It's the guys from Trigger Airsoft who sponsor us. Please.
Shout out to Trigger.
Shout out to Trigger. They put on an amazing milsim, organized it just amazingly, and we had an absolute blast and went down there, and all their staff is just awesome dudes. They're all just crazy airsofters like the rest of us. So yeah, we went down there, had an awesome time. Even the enemy team was just super chill. We all had a great time.
Nice. So obviously you've played here in Smithers, Telqua, 100 Mile House. Is there anywhere else you've played before?
Terrace.
Just Terrace.
We've gone Terrace. Here, lots of places around here. Houston, there's a couple spots there, and 100 Mile. Other than that, I'd love to go to the U.S. and play in Milsom West there.
Oh yes.
Or even if they brought one to Canada would be cool. But if they come to Canada, it's usually just Ontario or something. It's tough to get good games going.
Yeah, of course.
This far west, because there's just not the player base.
So last question that I would like to ask. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience that are watching? Any extra tips and tricks, whatever?
I would say just go out and have fun. You know, don't get caught up in what everyone else, handgun game, don't get caught up in what everyone else is buying or what the trends are or whatever. Do what you want to do. Do what you think. If you want to be a sniper and everyone's telling you don't be a sniper, well, maybe just get a cheap gun and try it for a bit and see if you like it, because you don't know until you try it, right? Or things like that. So just be yourself and go out and have fun. Don't be all pissy because you lost a game or two. You know, obviously it can get frustrating when you can't win, when you have a hard time, but just look at yourself and see if you have to change your tactics up at all to get those wins or whatever. So that's what I would have to say.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Nat. It's been a pleasure
Thank you for
interviewing
having me on, Brad.
That's great.
And we'll see you out on the field.
It will do. Well, guys, this has been Airsoft Interviews. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you guys out on the field. Take care.